Him Grimlock don't need an upgrade. Him Grimlock King!
Hey! What's up, my peoples? EmGo here, the freaking geek himself, and today we will be reviewing the DNA Design DK-24 Upgrade Kit for Studio Series 86 Grimlock. So here we are, and there it is, and first and foremost, as always, we'll take a quick look at the packaging right up front here. We can see Grimlock and Wheelie all happy. They're so happy! DK-24, SS86, bloody, 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 bloody. On top, DK-24. On the side, DK-24. On the other side, DK-24. On the bottom, words, things, barcodes. On the back of the box, rundown of everything that is in the box, and that's basically it for the packaging. And moving right along, here we have the upgrade kit for Studio Series 86 Grimlock. And you get quite a bit of stuff with this kit. You get a pair of forearm fillers. You get his front teeth, because all he wanted for Christmas are his front teeth. That's all he wants. All he wants. You get some foot plates here for the bottoms of his feet. We get some new Dino arms here with some posable fingers and also wrists. The wrist can turn in everything. You also get a sword. And you also get a whole new wheelie. A whole new wheelie that can actually move. So without further ado, let's show off how all of this works. So the first thing we'll talk about is this little guy right here. Now, if you didn't like the wheelie that was packed with Grimlock, and I can understand why some people didn't like it, but considering he was just packed in as an accessory, I can understand why they didn't give him all the bells and whistles. But, for the people who didn't like this wheelie, well, guess what? DNA made a whole new wheelie for you. So hooray, hooray for whole new wheelies. You stand, wheelie, you stand. There you go, you can stand. Now, he is a bit bigger than the original. I mean, it's kind of hard to do a comparison here since the original is kind of squatting, but, we can try it. There you go. You can see he's, he's a little bigger, as you can see. But, yeah, overall, a nicely done little wheelie, but let's get in close here so we can take a look. That's noggin of his. You can see, it's not a bad head sculpt. I'm honestly not crazy about the head sculpt. It's not bad, but I don't know. I'm not crazy about it either, but nice silver face there. And blue for the eyes. And of course, that chest just needs an Autobot symbol right there. I will put a sticker on it after I'm done shooting this review. Oh no, pretty nicely done. Got the little silver rims there. Nice bits of detail on the back. I know people are going to complain, why did they still give him the hollow legs? Brr. Well, because if this has it, then this is going to have it. Because DNA always wants to make their kit feel like it was always part of the figure. They don't want you to know that they made this kit. They want it to, they want it to integrate seamlessly with the original piece. So, yeah, they'll put little hollow bits because they want to make it seem like, oh, this was part of this figure the whole time. That's the way DNA does, and I appreciate that. Because let's face it, some upgrade kits do stick out like a sore thumb. Like, oh yeah, that wasn't supposed to be there, But I like DNA's MO with their upgrade kits. But all in all, pretty nicely done. Articulation-wise, the head is on a ball joint, so you do get some wiggly-waggly. Shoulders on a ball joint, can do a full 360, can move in and out. You got ball-jointed elbows, so you'll bend, you get rotation. The wrists can just kind of rotate in for transformation. He does have a waist joint. If you kind of undo things, you can get like an ab crunch going on there, some archage. Legs can go forward, that far back, that far outward. You can do pretty much the full splits. You have rotation at that ball joint at the hip as well. You do have thigh rotation there, right above the knee. Get 90 degrees of bend at the knee and the feet. They can move up a little bit. They can move down a lot. And there's a slight bit of ankle tiltage. Now, you do also get some optional heads. So on top of the one that you get already installed, you get two other heads. And they just have some slightly different facial expressions there. And again, I'm not entirely crazy about the face sculpt. I don't know why. it just seems off. And I hate it when people say that. It just seems off and then can't really explain it. And this is a case where I can't really explain it. It does just seem off to me. I'm not crazy about the head sculpt. But luckily, guess what? You can use this head sculpt on him. Because the heads are just on a ball joint. So you can just rip his head off. And you can take this wheelie apart. It's only one screw in his back. So this is what I'm going to do personally. As always, it's yours. Do what you want with it. Display it however you wish. But me, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this guy apart. I'm going to pop his head off. I'm going to pop this head on him. Because this, to me, just looks just a little bit better. You can see how that works out. See? I don't know. I just like that a lot better. Don't know why, I just like it a lot better. But hey, things you can do if you want to do it. As always, options are good. So I appreciate that. And also, if you want, you can give him the slingshot. He can hold it as well. So there you go. It's all good. A little bit of parts swappage never hurt nobody, and I think makes him just a little bit better. So hey, I appreciate it. Big preach. And for comparison, here he is with the Titans Return wheelie. Just so you can see how that works out there. And yeah, so this little guy, he can also transform. And to do that, what we're going to do is first we're going to just flip these hands around like so. Just bring these around. You want to open up this chest piece and then bring all this up. You have this piece also which you want to swing under like so and bring this all the way up. Then just tuck his head through like that. You have a double hinge to work with, and you have little tabs that'll just kind of get tucked in there like so. You can close that up like that. And once you do that, you can peg his legs and his feet together, then bring his toes down. Then you're going to bend him down at this waist joint here, and then bring his legs up. And this little tab will go into this little notch right in here, like so. And then you rotate his arms around. And you have these little tabs that will go into little slots right here. It's a little tricky to do because this kind of folds in. You can kind of see it goes a little too far. I wish it was kind of like something to kind of stop it. So you have to kind of just kind of keep your finger right here, like right in this bit, so you can hold it in place. So that way you can actually push this tab in without everything else kind of getting folded in. That's the one thing that's a little bit annoying about them, but once you get that all squared away, there he is. There he is in his tiny little alt mode. He's a little guy. Oops, and his arms came undone. Yeah, one thing that's a little bit off about this figure is that the arms don't tab in super securely. They tab in well enough, but could have been a little bit, a little better, a little more of a positive grab there. But you can see it's not the most spectacular looking alt mode, but hey, it kind of gets the look across. It gets the job done. The wheels don't roll. They are molded in place. But you can slide. You can slide like sliding things should. Hooray, hooray for sliding. And again, here he is with the Titans Return wheelie. Just so you can see how that works out. I don't own a G1 wheelie, so sorry I can't do a precious comparison here. But there he is with the Titans Return version. Just so you can see how that works out. So there you go. So now it is time for King Grimlock to get all of his new bits and pieces. So I guess we'll just start from the bottom and work our way up. So we do have some panels to fill in his hollow feet. And these will just slide in like so. You just push them in like that. And that's all. You just line up the shapes. And just pop it all into place. Come on. Come on. Come on. There we go. Just pop that in. And there we go. You can see what we were working with and what we have now. That looks a lot better. I mean, granted, it's the bottoms of his feet, so it's not really anything detrimental. But, hey, it's something. Why not? Dare I say, why not? Just get that popped in. There we go. There you go. Now his feet are filled in. Hooray for filled in feet. And the color matching, as always, is pretty dang good. Because that's how DNA does. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to install these new little forearm filler pieces. If you didn't like that gap right there, well, guess what? There ain't going to be no gap no more. So all we do here is we do have to do a little bit of disassembly. Not really a whole lot of disassembly. You're just taking out this bottom screw right here. So you're going to remove that. And once you have done so, you will apply the new piece. That will just pop right in there, like so. And you're going to be using their hardware. They do supply their own hardware. So you're going to use these longer screws. You get 2 longer screws and 1 shorter screw. The longer screws are for the forearm pieces. So you just put that in there, get it started, and now, whisker! Oh, whisker! Oh, whisker! Just get that tightened up. Like that, and there you go. And of course the second verse is just like the first. So there he is with his new forearm filler pieces. Now these, honestly, I'm not crazy about because I think they're too thick. That's my one gripe with these. I think they're a bit too thick. If they were a little thinner, I'd be a little happier with them, but, you know, it is what it is. They do have some nice little details painted in there in silver, and these just flip open like that, so you can flip in the hand, and then you just close it right back up. And voila. And again, I don't know. A little too thick. I wish they were just a bit thinner. That's my one gripe with these. It's one part of the kit I'm not totally crazy about, but still nice it's included nonetheless. And they're supposed to tab in like into this little notch in here. You just have to have things kind of angled just right so it'll kind of pop right in. There we go. Like that. But yeah, so those are the forearm pieces. So now we continue to move onward and upward here. So what we can do now, what can we do now? Well, now we can switch out his little Dino arms. We can give him his new Dino arms. So all these do is just pop right out. You just want to pull them down. Come on, just a little friction hinge there. And then you just pop the new ones on. Like so. You can see color matching, very nice. These might be like a slightly different shade, but still matches up pretty well. And now you have wrist rotation, and you have some posable Dino fingers there, which I do quite appreciate. So, liking all of that, and we'll just pop off this other one here. Come on, pop it, pop it. And pop the new one on, and there we go. So now we got some new posable Dino fingers. Hooray for posable Dino fingers. Hooray, hooray, I say. So now, what we're going to do is we're going to work on the Dino noggin here. So, I'm going to bring all this down just so I can get some room to work with here. So what we're going to do now is we're going to do some disassembly here. So you're going to be undoing these 3 screws right here, and right here. So we're just going to do that right quick. And once we've undone all of those screws, you're just going to just kind of start ripping them apart here. Pop his head off. Oop. Hold on to the screw. Make sure you don't lose that. Remove his jaw here. You're basically taking his whole head apart here. So just kind of get everything wiggle loose. You can take his neck apart here as well, because we need to put on a whole new neck, whole new necular region. So take all this apart. Remove this piece. We're keeping that. We need to remove all these bits here. All of this is coming with us. Just give it a little twistity twist till it all comes off. Remove that. There you go. So we're going to start putting in some of the new pieces here. We can put in his new teeth, and here's the piece right here. It just goes over that post like that. And then for the bottom jaw, this will just, focus camera, and this will just drop down, and that just frictions right into place, like so. And I love how they even, you know, added some molded detail in there. That's really cool. I appreciate that. So there you go. Now we have a Grimlock with his front teeth. Isn't that nice? Isn't that lovely? That's a beautiful, beautiful thing right there. So we got that going on. So now we can bring in the new transclearance neck. In case you want him to look more G1 toy, you can totally do that. Personally, I'm not going to keep this on him because I like the gold myself. But hey, you have the option. Options are what? They're good. We know what they are. But you just take the existing neck piece here, and that will just slide on, and you just kind of get everything back together here. Like that. Then you get this piece on, and then you basically just kind of put everything back together. Just run this piece through. Make sure that eye lines up. Like that. Put his bottom jaw back on. Put the other side of his head back on. I'm sure he would appreciate that. There you go. And for the neck, they do give you their own screw, so you're using the smaller screw here. You only get one of these, so you know which one is which. That will go in his neck. And now, of course, whisker! And there you go, we got his noggin all back together, and you can see how that looks now. It looks pretty cool. Again, I'm gonna keep this neck on him, but hey, you have the option. And again, options are good. He's got his front teeth now. Hooray, he's got his little front teethies. There's some detail in there. It looks quite nice. And you do also get a pair of, if you can see them, there's tiny little screw hole covers for these two ports here on his face. I'm not gonna put these screw hole covers on right now because again, I'm gonna swap the neck back out. But yeah, you get little screw hole covers, which is nice. But yeah, there we go. That's all the work we need to do with the Dino noggin. And we can just take that and just put that back where it was. And get Grimlock back all situated up again. And there we go. In case anybody's wondering about the clear chest piece, I got that from Non-F Productions. I did a review on that kit a while ago. You can go back and watch that. I'll put a little gimmick there in the corner you can click on. I'll put a link in the description as well to that kit if you want to see that. And, you know, little upgrades that he came up with this figure as well. But, yeah, and we can give him his sword. The only thing I'm not crazy about on this sword is the gray handle. I wish that was black, but you know what I'm going to do? I'm probably going to paint that because I want that to be black. That needs to be black, but still, nicely done sword. And that goes in his hands. And there you go. You can slash, 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 and all of that good stuff. And you can have his sword and his blaster. And now he looks a lot more complete. So there you go. So now let's get down to Dino mode. So really, actually, before we get down to Dino mode, we'll show off Wheelie here. We'll do a little comparison, just so you can see how the new Wheelie looks with Grimmy. Wheelie and Grimmy. Oh, they're precious. They're precious together. And Wheelie does have the posts on his legs here. So if you want Wheelie on Grimlock's shoulder, he can peg right in, just like the original did. You can have him falling off of Grimlock's shoulder, just like Wheelie always did. You know, don't you remember that happening? That always happened all the time. There you go. You got Wheelie and Grimmy there, just chilling. Yeah, all things you can do if you want to do it. So now, let's get down to Dino mode. Now, the only thing that changes transformation-wise is just with the forearm. So again, all you're going to do here is just bring this down, bring that panel down, flip the hand in, and then just close that back up. And that's the only thing that's changing as far as the transformation. So the rest we will do off camera real quick. Cesium salami! Okay, so here we have Grimlock in Dino mode, and we can see that new neck piece there. He's got his front teeth. Hooray for front teeth. He now has nice posable Dino fingers and even wrist rotation. To be Grimlock or to not be me Grimlock? That is the question. He can do Shakespeare now. He can do Shakespeare and all that now. It's all possible. All things are possible now. The only thing I'm not crazy about, again, is just how thick these filler panels are. Wish those were thinner, but oh no. Everything else incorporates pretty well, pretty seamlessly. And for your weapon storage, you can take the sword. There's a little tab here on the side. You can take this and just plug this in like that. I mean, it's not the most elegant weapon storage, but hey, it's storage if you want storage. Things you can do if you want to do it. Now, as far as Wheelie goes, you can sit him down on Grimlock as you could before. One little thing that's a little off is you can actually use the pegs, just like on the original. But when you do that, his butt, you can see, is like nowhere near where it looks like he's actually sitting. I mean, the original one actually sat across this little piece right here, and this one doesn't do that. I mean, granted, you could just not use the pegs and just have them on there. It's not going to be secure, but, you know, if you want it to look a little bit more natural. As natural as a robot, you know, riding a dinosaur robot can look anyway, but there's ways you can go about it. Hey. Again, as always, it's yours. Display it however you wish, but there you go. So there you have the upgrade kit for Grimlock. And yeah, nice piece of kit going on here. You know, the transformable Wheelie, I'm pretty sure is the one part of this that everybody is the most excited about, and probably the one thing they're probably buying this for. But all the stuff they made for Grimlock, I think, works quite well. My only complaints is that those forearm pieces are too thick. Wish they were thinner, just a little too bulky for my liking, so I'm not crazy about those. The transparent neck piece, I'm not going to use that. It's still a well-done piece, but I'm not going to use it because I prefer the gold. But other than that, everything works as it should. Everything looks pretty good. Everything integrates pretty seamlessly, again, except for those very chunky forearm pieces. Everything integrates very seamlessly into the figure, so oh no, nice piece of kit here. So there you go. Now, if you would like this or any of DNA's other offerings, you can always check out BigBadToyStore.com for availability. There'll be a link in the description down below, so you can check that out. And I think that's it, so don't forget to check out EmGo's, check out Love Peace Paranormal, follow me on Twitter, all of that good stuff down in the description below, and I think that's pretty much all there is to say. So, there is the DNA Design DK-24 Upgrade Kit for Studio Series 86 Grimlock. And this is EmGo saying, remember, you don't stop playing because you grow old because you stop playing. Be geek, be proud, palm in your face.